Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Magic Nate Bar here. As you can see, I've got a bit of a low-tier battle for you tonight, but don't let that fool you. This is going to be really insane. As always, the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at the team list and see what my competition is. I've got a few destroyers and I've got several dangerous cruisers in here, but it's low tier, so first thing I'm going to do as the match starts is start going straight forward and see if I can spot any of those destroyers, as well as start spotting anything else that might be out there. Something important to note that I didn't get to mention in my last video is that spotting targets, just like in World of Tanks, will give you experience. So if somebody hits a target that you're spotting, you'll get half of the experience from them damaging that target. Now there's no way in World of Warships Legends to see that. You won't be able to see that quantified anywhere. But if you do end up spotting targets for your allies, you'll definitely notice that you'll be getting a lot more experience in each battle. This is incredibly important for destroyers because you can typically stay undetected and spot targets for your allies. Now, we just spotted the first targets on this match, so I'm going to start maneuvering a little bit and getting into a position where I can maybe do some damage. I'm heading for the island that's directly in front of me on the map. So as I'm heading this way, I'm going to start looking at what exactly is over here near me so I can decide what's the most dangerous and what I need to prioritize as a target first. Now, I got spotted right there for just a second, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, there's a destroyer out here somewhere. But I got undetected almost immediately, so he probably was coming between an island or something like that. That means that he's almost certainly directly in front of me in that group of islands. I'm going to keep that in mind, but I'm going to keep looking over here at the Caledon and seeing what I can do to him. As he's coming towards me pretty quickly, even though he's technically out of my torpedo range, he's going to be coming into it. As you can see there, he's going to be in my torpedo range by the time that they get there. So I'm going to go ahead and send my right side torpedoes out at him. Now, in just a few seconds, as soon as I zoom in, you might notice that a destroyer has popped up on the mini-map directly in front of me and to my left. I noticed him just a second later, and there he is. So already this is getting really close range. So I'm going to go ahead and think about sending my torps, but I'm going to wait just a moment while he's maneuvering. So I've waited a little bit, and I can see that he doesn't have too many places to go. He's either going to have to turn out or go directly in. So I send my torps, and I start to try to get out of the way of his torps. I'm going to go ahead and fire a few shots off just in case, but yeah, he's gone. So my Tenryu friend here has accidentally run himself aground, and I can't really see his health right now, but it's extremely low. I'm going to try to save him by popping my smoke here, and really it's useful for me too, because that Caledon can really mess me up if he gets close. You may not have noticed, but I actually hit him with a torpedo a moment ago too. So he's quite low health. Unfortunately, my Tenryu friend didn't make it, but I'm going to switch to armor piercing and pelt this guy, and there's 2 citadels, and he flooded out. He had flooding from my torpedoes, and he was burning. I don't really have time to celebrate his death, though, because, well, there comes a Phoenix. I'm going to go ahead and send out my torpedoes again, since they're reloaded. I don't have a torpedo upgrade on the Clemson. I actually skipped it because I was in favor of the faster reload times, and boy, was I happy I did that in this match. Because as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and take a few shots with the armor piercing since I'm inside the smoke, and hey, you know, maybe I'll get a citadel, but it's not necessary. Because as you can see, he's going to take, well, several of these. It only takes 2. Or 3, you know, whatever. And now, finally, I have my first chance to sort of take a break and see what's going on. Now, there's a St. Louis that's going to be coming around this corner really soon as well, so I'm going to pop it into reverse and hit the engine boost. For those of you who don't know, the engine boost does in fact affect your speed when you're going in reverse. So when you hit it, it is going to help you go faster in reverse. I'm going to go ahead and send the torpedoes out on this guy. But just about as soon as I do, he's going to start turning out, which means they're probably going to miss. But his attention is focused elsewhere, so I'm just going to shoot at him a few times until I can get back behind the island or into my smoke here. And I start to try to put the brakes on and see if I can just farm him for a little bit, but then I looked at the mini-map and I realized, oh hey, there's a battleship that's probably about to come around this corner. So, pop it back into full speed and let's see if we can't spot that battleship. I'm really hoping that the cruiser that you can see over there is going to spot him for me so I can sort of have a way to judge where he's going to be and maybe get my torpedoes off. And sure enough, there he goes, he's spotting him. So, I'm going to go ahead and get to my torpedo lead indicator, and I'm hitting the brakes right now. My goal is to basically just pop out around this corner, put the torpedoes away, and then get back behind the corner so he can't blab me. Because Orions, they tend to be using HE, and if that guy hits me from this range with HE, yeah, I'm probably going to die. But I managed to get that, pull that off, and, well, now we wait. Just a quick celebratory shot when I knew that those were going to hit. And there's the high caliber. 88,000 damage done so far. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this next little bit again. Essentially just because I started to go around this other corner to see if that St. Louis is maybe coming around this way. And then I realized that, no, he's going to go over there and try to mess with our cruiser that we were looking at. So popping it back into reverse. And in reality, I should have just gone ahead and gone straight at him for this part. But I really was thinking that St. Louis, if he decided to turn his guns on me, I'm going to have a really bad day. With that many guns at this close range, yeah, I don't really want to get in a direct gunfight with that. So I'm going to send my torpedoes away, and then I'm going to start farming him from this angle while he's paying attention to that cruiser. And right now, I'm smelling blood of the Kraken. I'm like, come on, let me get it. Let me get the Kraken. But, unfortunately, it's just not meant to be. Even though it kind of seemed like it was. And that, my friends, is one of the most intense, insane battles that I've had on console so far. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and come back for my other videos, and I'll see you next time.